What's up, y'all? Jay Spru, Movies, Music, Sports, and Life. I previously said that the first episode of The Boys, Season 4, was the best one. I think it's pretty easy to say that it goes without saying that this episode is the best one. And before we get started, I absolutely hate it when people eat on YouTube and talk and you can hear them smacking, whether they visually doing it in front of you or they just got the image capture up there and you can just hear them chewing and chomping and smacking and swallowing food. Oh my God, nothing. I've unsubscribed from people for doing that. So, salute to y'all. I already ate my sandwich. I already ate my fries. I may take a drink of my strawberry shake from here and there, but I don't think that's going to gross y'all out that much because you can't really hear me chewing and smacking and swallowing food. And the second thing I got to thank y'all for is my previous video, The Boys, Season 4, Episode 3, got 1,100 views. And I think it's only been 6 days. Yeah, it's only been like 6 days. And what can I say? I appreciate it. Will this video get as many? We'll see. I kind of doubt it, but let's get started. How I'm gonna do this review though, I think the stuff with Homelander is so deep. Instead of kind of going off my notes and going in the sequential order of the show, I think you just got to talk about Homelander first, just period, and then you can get into all the other stuff that happened. But the stuff that happened with Homelander is just too deep. It's kind of powerful. It's kind of messed up, but it really gives you a feel for this entire series. So for few scenes from one episode can basically explain a backstory for an entire series without a whole lot of exposition, then you know that's some good writing, that's some good directing, that's some good acting. So to me, nothing would be scarier, and I don't know about y'all, if I work for Vought, and I don't even know what this division of Vought is called, where they used to torture and experiment on Homelander. I don't even know if they have a name for that division. But if I'm at work one day, man, and I see my cameras go out, and then I get excited, I get scared, I go to call Vought, tell them to bring in security, tell them to bring me some backup, some reinforcements, send in the cavalry, and the phone lines don't work, and then I see that elevator, boop, 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 and you know somebody's gonna get off that elevator. Yeah, of course I'm scared. Number one, yes, I'm scared. But number two, is it just me, or is there anybody that if you work there, like I'm putting myself in that scenario, don't you just know it's Homelander? Don't you know Homelander is gonna be the one to step off that elevator? And the thing about that is you know that there is nothing that you can do about anything once he decides to walk into your place of work. And especially if you know that he's angry about something. So, but he doesn't come in angry. He's like real sweet, like, hey guys, like it's been a long time. First thing he said, where's Barbara? And they said, oh, she's off site. So I knew that she was going to be a key person as soon as he asked where she was. And he's like, oh, I brought a cake. Hey, could you give some plates and some forks? Thanks. And at first you think that's a sweet thing for him to do. But you know if they eat this cake, it's going to be their last meal. And he really does things in sequential order of either how much hate or how much anger or how disrespected he felt by what was done. So the first guy, um, he basically was the janitor. He cleans up around there. And he said, remember this? Remember we used to play, he said, let's play a game of paper basketball, paper baskets. And as soon as he suggested that as a game, I said, this is gonna be connecting to something. And sure enough, he tells him, when they put me in that oven to test my invincibility, he was like, yeah, of course I'm indestructible. It didn't kill me. He said, but that doesn't mean it didn't hurt. So I be in that oven screaming and hollering, and I saw you shoot a paper basket and make it and cheer. So Homelander is basically pointing out that you are oblivious and going about your day-to-day job as if you're not torturing a kid inside of this facility. So then, after they play the game, he says, get in the oven. He tries to apologize. I'm sorry. It doesn't. He said, get in the oven or your family is going with you. And it's kind of like at that point, if I know how powerful Homelander is, you just gonna laser my face off and just melt it. I'm not going to succumb and bow down and make you kill me in a more humiliating or painful way than having my face lasered off. You know what I mean? So I don't understand why people go along with it. You know. So the next one, I had the guy's name, but I guess his name is not that important. He basically, I guess, used to be more like a janitor, and now he's like into upper management now. And he told him, you remember you used to call me Squirt? Now, I don't know about you guys, but I knew as soon, I'm talking about immediately, when he said Squirt. And I'm not saying this as a flex, it just came to me, just pleasuring himself. The M word. I just knew it. I don't know how I knew it. But he went on to explain that, yeah, I was a grown teenage boy, and I used to do that, and that was be the only thing that would make me happy when I'm getting tortured day in and day out. And you caught me one day doing it, and you called me Squirt. And so I guess he could have easily just lasered his face off and made his head fall off his neck sideways. But he just says, yeah, you just go ahead and you do that in front of everybody. And at first, he was like laughing, and Homelander was like, I'm not laughing. And then he said, you better get hard right now, or I'm gonna zap it off, with my laser vision. And he was trying, and he told Homelander that he couldn't do it. Homelander's like, wrong answer. Bat. So he's sitting up there agonizing in pain. Homelander is laughing like this is really like depraved things that he's doing. And all of a sudden, you hear a voice say, "Stop it, John." And just earlier, when the guy called him John instead of Homelander, he kept correcting him. He did not like it. He said, "It's just Homelander now. Like, you don't get to call me John." When this woman said it, he halfway smiled. In the midst of torturing somebody, he halfway smiled. And so I instantly said, oh, whoever this is, he respects this person. And it turns out that it's Barbara. She came back. And then I think it goes back to he respects mothers and anybody who can be like a mother figure to him, he's going to be obedient to a point. And she even said, we programmed you that way, through psychologists. Because she said, yeah, you were in this facility getting tortured, but you could have walked out anytime you wanted to. What could we have done to stop you with your physical strength and your powers? But you want to be loved and you want to be accepted. And so she said, can you put him out of his misery, please? And he just kind of did his half smile again. And then he stomped his head instead of just slowly lasering him to death. And somebody blew chunks when they saw that. And then she said, can we talk? And they talked. And then after they talked, they show her in a room with all the employees, and he killed all of them. And then they show Homelander just smiling on the elevator with all the blood on his face from all the people who he unalived. And I can guarantee you that that's going to be bad news for us in terms of how bad Homelander is going to be going forward in these next 4 episodes. Because short of him sparing Barbara, that is just absolute barbaric mentality, barbaric behavior, even for Homelander, what he did to those people in there. So, yeah, I think the other really interesting thing about this episode, not just Butcher having the parasite that jumped out and killed Ezekiel, aka Mr. Fantastic. Is it just me, or did you guys forget that Starlight and Huey were together? Like, sometimes they don't even have any type of interaction, and you forget that they are a couple. But when Firecracker went on that show and exposed that she had an abortion, that messed up so many things. That messed up a lot of her following. That incited the people more against her. The Homelanders or the Home Teamers, whatever they call themselves, that follow Homelander. And that's like very, very personal. And they didn't question her PDF file behavior or her violation of federal law, exposing somebody's medical records. They just, Starlight is bad. And, she caught a royal butt whipping for that. I mean, you talk about just unhinged. Like, if she wasn't stopped when she was stopped, she was going to KILL that woman on national television, and she wouldn't have thought nothing of it, And I guess I can't end this video without talking about my crush, Sister Sage. And so it was so funny because the Deep is so dumb that he really thought that he could just come up to her and say, hey, you want to get another onion together? Or do you just want to just skip that and get busy? And she said, you repulse me. You repulse me in a way that I can't even analyze. And I'm good at analysis. But then later on, what his stupid self is saying, I don't get you. Just a little while ago you liked me, now you're telling me to get out of your face. She said, listen, we just do the lobotomy. Like, I got a big brain, and this is what I need in order to just chill out. And so, at first he says, I'm disgusted by this. How could you do this to yourself? And she says, I'll let you butt rock me while we watch Kim K and the Ray J tape. He's like, oh, what did you say? I need to put it. So, if we can give credit to anything, let's give credit to Sister Sage, because she has made a deep and enjoyable character. And you know that was almost impossible. Movies, music, sports, and life.